7th. Mic check 1 2 1 2. 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 Awesome. Oops. Alright. Cool. Let's crack on. Unfortunately, we can't play that yet. So let's play RE4. Let's play a game just as good. I'm going to carry on with this run. I was going to rename this something, but I can't really remember what. So lighting is kind of a problem here. Hang on, let me try this because I've got like varying light here. If I turn this on, whoa, no, that's way too. Okay, that's way too bright. Okay, I'll piss about with that next time. I ain't gonna do that right now. That is too loud. There we go. Cool. Okay, that should have only turned it down for me. So. I don't get how these speakers are working though. It's very confusing. That is. All right, what did we get to? Oh yeah. I remember now. We've got minigun room coming up. We'll sell that ammo and.
Welcome.
I'm pretty sure I picked up the second mouse.
What are you selling? Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I did. Awesome. Right, we'll leave the treasure for a bit because I got loads of money.
Anytime.
NG2 run is going really well. Like almost done chapter 4 today. Started rendering those out, which is really good. I'm definitely going to have to watch them back though. It's kind of weird because the chapters are just so long. Like when you play them like in full. So. That's such a good noise. Alright. That was your friend. Getting a weird echo. Oh. I had a feeling I might have been a little bit too close there. I just thought that's actually not enough health to survive like quite a few hits. Like quite a few things will one-shot me at that health. My screen working. Oh yeah, there we go. Cool. It took me ages to remember that. Excuse me. I didn't make a game screen for RE4. Mainly because the easiest way to make those is I kind of like that on the consoles now. When you launch a game, like they give you like a what is essentially like a splash screen, I guess. And they just make like a really nice little thumbnail. You bitch. I would use that egg, but it will mess up my case. Okay, I don't know if that's the sound bugging out temporarily, but that sounded awesome. No, I don't think so, buddy. That was close. That's not a good sound, though. Weird. I'm looking like up there for my camera, but my camera's like right. Can I like move this over a little bit? That's better. That's more centered, isn't it? A little bit, maybe. Don't run in the robe. You might trip over. And then some very rude man might shoot you in the face. I just thought I did want to test the rifle on this guy, but it's too late now. Wow, okay, so that didn't kill him. He just took a hand cannon round and a rifle shot. 2. So, dude has a lot of health. You can jump down there, can't you? That's it. What's the pistol ammo? There we go. Oh, was that a double rifle? Oh no, I thought that was double rifle ammo then. Can't. I think my PC is just closer to me than it was before. I can hear my fan. I usually can't hear the fan in my like my, you know, the exhaust fan. Which I think is like the only fractal fan left in my case. Fans are great, but I don't know. I don't need like a whisper quiet PC, and I always feel like fans are a little bit. They're sort of a luxury PC item, like, you know, really good fans, because they're really what is it? Okay, this is happening. They're really quite expensive. Like, if you look at getting, if you have, like, you know, kit out basically your entire PC. Why is this happening again? With like high-end fans. Okay, that's the mouse. I'm using the controller. Behave yourself, computer. The ones I was looking at, for the most part, like Noctua ones, they're like over 20 quid a pop. I think that's a lot of money. You know, if you're gonna get like 3 or 4 of them. And the next thing on my list in terms of PC upgrades, oh, you son of a bitch, is to upgrade my capture drive to an SSD. And for the price of like 3 of those fans, I could get like a 750 gig capture drive. So, you know, it'd be nice to have them, but at the same time, I think that is a much better use of that money, you know, in terms of like a PC's performance. Because I did spend money a while ago on fans, you know, like the LED fans and that. And like now, like I actually took them out of my PC. Like now, I couldn't give a shit about RGB stuff. It's so played out at this point. You can even get what is it now? You can even get like RGB mouse mats. Like they have like a, you know, like a fiber optic like rim on them. I think do you really need that? Like, is that really gonna? I bet like some kids have probably got like fucking RGB, but still. Oh, that's the. Who am I missing? Okay, there's 2 of you over there. Man, the rifle ammo is piling up. Wait, that was 10, wasn't it? Might offload some of this hand cannon ammo. How many is that? 50, yeah, 52. I don't quite need that much hand cannon ammo. was trying to get the crow and that, but never mind. I could get the broken butterfly and sell it, I suppose. And I do want to get the treasure there, so... That's 1,700 from a crow. Jesus. I've never seen a crow give that much. Jake the Finish. What's up, Jake? It's just because of, I guess I grew up watching wrestling, but as soon as I saw Jake I thought, Jake the Snake? No? Never mind. I don't remember this game having that many jump scares, actually. I don't know. I suppose there are things that can make you jump in this game. But I wouldn't say it was a particularly jump-heavy. Scare. I can't think. So, jump scare heavy game. Wow, more Magnum ammo. The hand cannon ammo is coming thick and fast here. This is probably going to do a pretty big number on my shotgun ammo, because this shotgun's only base damage. So that's going to be quite a bit. I'm thinking this run with the default case could be a lot of fun. Right, now can I remember where to go? I usually just go the same, even though there is a quicker way to go. This is the way I remember, and I don't get lost. Come down here. And go left. Yeah, here we are. Go left here. That's good. I need to get around to just making a fresh save on that Dead Space 3. The start of that game just, I really do not enjoy the start. But the rest of it is brilliant. And I keep meaning to go through it, but it's always the thought of like playing the start again that puts me off. I just thought, I think dog grabs are a one-hit kill at this health. And there's the dog with the insane amount of health. Might have to hand cannon that guy. That's a pretty good. That counts as a jump scare for sure. I was gonna say I really need like the movement to not die on me right there. I don't know why that only happens on PC when you're using a controller. Very, very irritating. Like you just feel like you just feel your movement like just go completely dead. That's quite a few bunched over. There he is. So tough now, buddy. Actually, nothing in there, is there? You know, I still have not played the DLC to that. Wow, okay, they're all the way over there. I can't remember how, I think it was on a Bombcast episode, I think, I did end up finding out how it ends, which sounds pretty funny. I do want to go back and play that at some point. I think I played, I'm trying to remember what platform I originally played this. Yeah, I thought so. That kills you at this health, doesn't it? I think that, the Parasite hit, Knight hits, Shield bashes. There's quite a few hits, actually, now that I think about it. There's quite a few things that one-shot you at the default health bar. When was Dead Space 3? 2013? I think it was 2013. I only want the gem here. It's not really worth getting everything else. I'll get the gem, and then get out of here. I just thought I could have flashback. On easy, this section's actually not in the game. You don't have to do this if you play on easy. That could be why. The cog section in the castle is also not there on easy. There's quite a few bits actually that you don't have to do. That said, if you don't cheese these guys, you know, if you don't abuse, like, you know, basically this door and the shotgun, the dogs are very, very difficult to fight. They're the one enemy where not being able to move and shoot really can, like, just back you into a corner, like, very, very fast. There we go. I'll get the gem next time. I think there might be an island. I think there's a bit on the island that you don't have to do as well. I got a hand grenade. Yeah. Then again, I got my hand cannon. It's fine. I just thought Gyarados Cage coming up. I don't really need to do much here, do I? No. I'm not doing it intentionally, but I'm just not really using the rifle. Like, what was that? 10, 20? That's like over 50 rifle rounds. The start of that's very Code Veronica-esque. I really like that sound. I'm not sure if that's like, does that hit more on a higher frame rate? I don't know. How is that not a headshot? I mean, like if it. Well, not only was it not a headshot, like it didn't even hit him, but yeah, that was dead on his head. And, you know, I got the hit marker on the laser. I just thought I almost forgot this. That's still one-shotting these guys. Yeah. There's one more. Nope. I have a feeling it won't one-shot the red guys in here, though. Okay, so it one-shots him. Is it? Do they have to have like a set amount of health, maybe, like HP? Like, if it's higher than that, like, you know, like firepower matters, but if not, like, it's just, you just one-shot them. Interesting. Where's Jez? I bet he would know that. That's something he would know. Wait. Maybe I should use this one. One shot in. This might be worth digging into this, like... Yeah, I definitely didn't upgrade the firepower. That was close. Money would have disappeared. I wish there was a machine gun version of the Punisher, just because it would sound so cool. Right, I haven't got any capacity upgrades to exploit, so... I actually have to reload my gun. That's disgusting.
Got a selection of... What are you selling?
Oh, hand cannon are worth 600 apiece. Okay, I thought they were 500 for some reason.
What are you buying?
I really want the mine thrower, but I don't really have the room for it. I'll offload some hand cannon ammo soon. I'm not sure if how much hand cannon ammo you have affects the game giving you. It doesn't seem to, because I have well over 50 bullets for it, and I'm still getting 10 drops from enemies. So maybe it's the opposite. The game telling me, hey, you should use this gun, it's really good. Right then. Oh, whoops.
Oh, no.
I was trying to flick that up, but that didn't quite work. That's very true, Jake. You can never have too much hand cannon ammo. You know, that shouldn't... I only shot her in the leg. Like, come on. You can get hit by a fucking boulder, and yet you can't survive a bullet to the leg. That doesn't, like, make a lot of sense. And seeing as this is the Punisher, shouldn't that have killed her anyway? You bitch. You do that for? That quite clearly shot her right in the arm, and yeah. We'll take it. Yeah, this is still one-shotting everything. So, how does... It makes you wonder then, aside from when you do kind of use the semi-auto rifle as your magnum, like, substitute, what is the point in upgrading rifle firepower? I'd be interested when we get to the island. If I would imagine the island guys might not die in one bullet. Probably a bad idea, but there we go.
I got the key.
Jesus, I almost shot her then. I thought that was more enemies coming out. Yeah, so what's that? 60? Yeah, that's 60 bullets. That's a lot of bullets. I do wish that sometimes on successive plays, I do kind of wish you could just skip this part. It doesn't take very long, but it's just kind of a hassle. Good thing Ashley's nice and trim. It's so cool that there's not like just a permanent like force field there blocking you. Like it's I remember the first time I tried doing that, I'm thinking, you know, can you just open that like as wide as you need it to be open? It's just a really nice little attention to detail. It would, you know, it'd be pretty. It's probably much easier for them in terms of development to just have like, you know, a collision field there, and then just once the crank is 100%, turn off that collision field. But they actually went to the trouble of like giving the gates their own mesh, like individual mesh. It's not just a flat wall and a hollow texture. That's cool. Do like that. It's funny how difficult that puzzle can be if you don't notice that right at the start. Ashley actually gets quite a lot of shit here. So you get 4. I wonder if they'll change Ashley's outfit in the remake. That is, of course, assuming that ever comes out. Will they just give her a longer skirt? Will they give her like a knee-length skirt? They kind of did that with Jill, thinking about it, in the remake. Like, they gave Jill, Jill jeans, didn't they? Trousers. She's just wearing trousers. So she looks like every other female game character lately. Tank top and jeans. Like, that's like the de facto character model now. It's the de facto costume for every female game character now. Tank top, jeans. Sometimes 2 tank tops. Sometimes like a thin tank top, and then a big vest, and then jeans and boots. Doesn't matter what you're doing, that's what you have to wear. Even in thinking about it, I think it's Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Even the parts of that game where you're in like the jungle, where you would imagine it would be super fucking hot. Lara is still wearing jeans and boots. Like the one instance where like it would have been like perfectly feasible to be wearing shorts. She's still wearing jeans. Like they could have made, you know, like a old school reminiscent costume, and they didn't. Speaking of which, getting on with regards to replaying Tomb Raider, the 2013 one. It keeps popping up in the PSN sales that they have. Like I keep seeing it for like £2 and £3, and I'm thinking, damn, that's a bargain. But I have it on PC. Like I have the PC version of Tomb Raider is basically the definitive edition, because the 360 version like just didn't look as good. Still looked good, but just not quite as good as it is. Don't do that. It's not very polite. Oi, you two. Wake up. Fall over. Thanks, Ashley. That time you took it for the team. I probably should have hit her, but we'll take it. This is potentially problematic. Ashley, can you, like, get out of the way? There we go. I'll use that on her, and there's an egg coming up, so I'll eat my egg. Should have just punched them up where the magma was. Doc. There should be a duck command. That would actually be quite useful. Jesus, that's another. It's like that's 6 grand. Thinking about it, if you sell hand cannon ammo, a 10 drop is 6 grand. That's quite a lot. That's not a bad chunk of cheddar for just killing one enemy. If you think about it, the average enemy gives you what, anywhere from like 1,200 to 2,000, or like very rarely you'd get like over 2,500. I can't remember what one. There you are. I can't remember which one had the snake. There we go. This is the right way, isn't it? Yep. You take Ashley to the maze, I don't think you get dogs. Maybe. What's up, maze? Oh, is it? It's the same as yesterday. Let me have a quick look here. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. That does seem lower than yesterday. Now that you mention it. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right, hang on. Mic test 1 2 1 2. Mic test 1 2 1 2. That's still really quiet, and that's like literally with it right in front of me. Why is this cable being annoying? All right. Yeah, that is definitely low. Why is that? All right, let me pause this. Right. Why has that gone so low all of a sudden? Hello. Yeah, that's barely peaking on the. That's barely pinging the mic on the sound settings. That's weird. I don't know why that's gone so quiet. I haven't changed anything. God, I do hate this shit sometimes. Like... Okay. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Yeah, that's a bit better. I just turned it all the way up to 100. It was at 70%. And I just turned it up to 100. Mic check 1 2 1 2. 100%. Hello, hello. Mic check 1 2 1 2. 100%. That's better. That's not quite as good though. I'm gonna order a mic stand tomorrow though. The mic does need to be closer. It's weird how it's so weird, but like the best microphone I've ever had in terms of quality is the very first USB headset I ever bought, which was, God, I bought that like God, I'm trying to remember how long ago I bought that. Like, I bought it a long time ago. The only downside to that particular headset is that it is so uncomfortable to wear. Like, it's painful to wear that for longer than like half an hour. But it has by far got the best microphone on it. So I'm thinking, I only need the microphone on that thing. All I need is the microphone. Maybe there would be a way to sort of, you know, DIY it and like just make a mic out of it. I don't know how I'd do that though. It sounded okay just now when I tested it on my end. Maybe try refreshing, I don't know. But yeah, it's one reason, and this is again why streaming PC stuff is a bit of a pain, because things just seem to alter without me doing anything, and that's just extremely frustrating. For example, when I streamed, when I was on my old PC, okay, I need to sell some hand cannon ammo. When I was streaming on my old PC, and just randomly, my second camera would stop working on OBS. Like, it just wouldn't even detect that it was there. And I was thinking, you know, like, what is causing that? You know, like from a technical standpoint, like, why is something that was being detected all of a sudden just not there? You know, it's just it's annoying, that is. Alright, Maze, thanks. But yeah, the main reason... Okay, so hopefully... This should sound much better. That's actually... Okay, I don't know if that's cutting out now. That's peeking into the red right now on OBS. This is basically why I need a mic stand. I do have one, but the only one I have is one of those arms. Alright, where's my cable? There we go. There we go. Yeah, the only one I have is one of those arms, and there's just nowhere for me to put that, like, on this setup, where it wouldn't be just a massive pain in the arse when I'm not using it. So I'm just gonna get, like, a little, like, freestanding, like, desktop one. Yeah, it's true. It's true, actually, yeah. Could use books. But yeah, the stand's only like a tenner, so it's pretty inexpensive solution. Although I have got a lot of books. Dude, are you kidding me? Hold that thought. Riddle me this. How many Game of Thrones books does it take to make a mic stand? Okay, A Feast for Crows. Looks like that's going to be the money. No? One more? Alright. And that's not in the way of the monitor. I can still get to my keyboard. Hello, mic check 1 2 1 2. Hello. Hello, mic check 1 2 1 2. That sounds better. There you go. Look at that. Okay, so the only thing we didn't need was part 1 of A Dance of Dragons. We don't need this. Should read it though. It's a good book. Wicked. How's about that? Whoops. Mic stand, schmic stand. We don't need no mic stand. We need books. You know what else we need? George. Book 6. Just saying. Be nice. Be nice to be able to read that. Started watching Game of Thrones last night again, season 1. Been ages since I watched it. I stopped watching it around season 5 because that's when it caught up with the books. And you know the sort of vain, very vain hope that the book might be out soon. That, of course, you know, was not turned out to not be the case. So what can you do? So I think Dance of Dragons was 2011, I want to say, or might even be 2010 actually. But I know it's getting on for 10 years since the last book. To the point where I'm seriously considering just rereading all of them again. I reread them a few years ago. Actually, no, longer than a few years ago. Probably like 2015, actually. Around MKX. When I was doing a lot of traveling for MKX is when I reread them. Because I just had, you know, I had a lot of time. Whoops. I had a lot of time on trains, buses, planes. I, you know, could get a lot of reading done. So it's been a hot minute since I read them. And even though it's a cliche, I suppose, at this point to say it, but the books are so much better. Even the early seasons of the show, even when the show was, you know, top tier, the books really are just something else. They're much better. They're not perfect, don't get me wrong. I dare say, like, every one of them could be at least 100 pages less. But they are worth sticking with. Worth trucking through. Okay, so do I need a mic stand then? Or should I just use these books? You know what I will do, though? I will measure how tall this is. Just to make sure that the mic stand I was looking at is actually going to be big enough. What? That's... okay, that's annoying. I've never had that happen, thankfully. Speaking of which, I've got the Master Chief Collection installed now. I can play it on PC. Just to give it a whirl. It seems like, I don't know, it might be wishful thinking, but it does seem like that game is doing okay with regards to multiplayer on PC. So, could have a dig into that, because at the moment I think that there's Reach 1, 2, and 3 on it.
Wait.
Probably won't go back to Reach. Well, actually, I don't know. I might do. It depends on the maps. Yeah, the books are working. And, funnily enough, the books have one advantage over the mic stand. This is obviously a wired microphone. So I'd have to, like, you know, twist it around and that either means unplugging the mic or faffing about with adapters for the threads, because most like tripods and stands have like the standard sized thread on, whereas the Snowball has like the fat thread. It has a fat connector on it. So books, multi-purpose.
Wait.
Yeah, it's a funny maze. I got them just for the campaigns, really. And I'm just curious to see how they play with a mouse and keyboard. I feel like Halo would feel a bit weird on a mouse and keyboard. So I'm just curious to see how they would feel. Okay, then. Okay, this will be a good test for the rifle. Let's see if the rifle still one-shots these knights. Because going by the no item case run, it took what? Like, it took anywhere from, like, 10 to 15 bullets to, like, you know, shatter their helmet. So. I mean, it's kind of, okay, no, that does not one-shot them, so. It is weird how badly they, hang on, doesn't the hand cannon just one-shot them? Oh no, okay. Yeah, it's weird how the MCC just having like a totally botched launch. I feel like that really tainted the Halo waters a little bit, you know. I did not think that would hit me. I thought I was far enough over to the left. Yeah, it was really weird. Like that should have been such a slam dunk for the Xbox One, you know. It's weird to think. Imagine how different that would have been if, you know, MCC just came out and it just worked. Everything worked. All the multiplayer worked. Like that game, imagine if it just worked properly, the way it should have worked to begin with. And yet, it launched in the way it did. I almost got an Xbox for that. Like, no joke. Like, I almost bought an Xbox One. Oh shit. I almost bought an Xbox One for that game. I was thinking, man, like, I could go through, like, you know... okay, this is not going well. There we go. I could go through, like, all the Halos again. You know, that could be fun. And then when it came out, it was just such a burning trash fire. I don't think the phrase, whoa, double horizontal, okay, you guys are feeling frisky. Yeah, I don't think the phrase burning trash pile has ever been, like, more apparent than, you know, launch MCC. Right, where am I? I'm back at the start, that's good. Oh, they did, yeah. They did. The funny thing, though, the Xbox One version, like, still doesn't work properly. Like, yeah, like, it's still not, like, properly fixed, if you know what I mean. Like, tons of achievements are still bugged. Like, I like, the multiplayer isn't quite, like, what you would expect. It is weird. Because on paper, that should have been such an easy, like, cash-in for them. Like, man, you know, like, what can we do with the Xbox One? Like, what's a really enticing thing with the Xbox One? And whatever your feelings of Halo are, I think it's pretty safe to say, like, Halo 1 through 4, like, fully integrated and working, and it had the added bonus of being, as far as I know at least at the time, that was the only way you could play Halo 2 Anniversary with multiplayer. Like, you know, they actually redid Halo 2's multiplayer, which is very highly regarded. And it just came out and it just didn't fucking work. Like, just nothing worked on it. Like, nothing. You couldn't play the multiplayer. Like, the campaigns were fucked. Achievements were probably even worse. Because if you're an achievement person, like, I think that game has like 600 achievements in it or something crazy. You know. So. Weird. Alternate history. What if they didn't fuck up the Xbox One? How different would this, I suppose you could ask the same question, for the PS2. You know, like the PS2 to PS3 generation. It's like, how different would that have been if Sony hadn't royally dogged it on the PS3 launch? You know, if they actually had, like, games to show. And I guess it's the same question for the Xbox One. The 360, even though that generation ended pretty well, but once you take aside the Wii, because everyone forgets about the Wii. Everyone, like, talks about, like, yeah, man, the 360 dominated that generation, and I think, no, it didn't. Like the Wii was the top system in that gen, but you know, in the core gamer market, between the PS3 and 360, like, it was definitely the 360 that, you know, was on top, and they just It's like they had a meeting and were like, hey, remember when like Sony like royally fucked their PS3? We should do that. And I would say they probably did. What was worse? Actually, that's a good question. In hindsight, what was worse? The Xbox One launch, like the announcement and launch, or the PS3 announcement and launch? I got a Wii for Geometry Wars. There's the Geometry Wars Galaxies on Wii. That's an amazing game. That's super good. That's the only reason I bought a Wii. I think I got my Wii for like 25 quid from GameStation. Dirt cheap. Still one-shotting these guys. This makes you wonder, doesn't it? Like, taking this into account, like, what is the point in upgrading the rifle damage? As I said, apart from when you... Oh, the armor. Apart from when you, like, use it as a magnum. Like, there's not really a lot of point, is there? PS3's awful pricing ones. Yeah, man, I forgot about that. Yeah, Kinect was, you couldn't not have Kinect, could you? I forgot about that.
Wait.
And yeah, the PS3's... I don't know. I don't know if the PS3's price was its biggest factor. Like, the PS3 just didn't have anything. You know? I mean, it really didn't. The 360, I don't think, had much when it launched. Although it had Geometry Wars. It had Geometry Wars as a launch game. But I'm thinking, but you know, you knew Halo 3 was coming, I guess. Like, you absolutely knew Halo 3 was coming, so, you know, you knew that a pretty good game was on its way, like, relatively soon. Whereas, you know, I feel like Sony made a big deal about Killzone 2, but Killzone 1 was not, like, a revered game at all. I think Killzone 1 had its charm, but, you know, like, Killzone was no Halo, despite what Sony would have wanted you to believe. Like, the gap in quality between those games is pretty significant, until they got to Killzone 2. But even Killzone 2, Killzone 2's big thing was multiplayer. Like, multiplayer was awesome, but Halo, like, there was much more to Halo than multiplayer. Like, the story is still a huge aspect of why people love that game so much. So, it's it is interesting to think, you know, in hindsight, which was the bigger fuck up. Maybe there's a case to say the Xbox, just because they kind of came in at such a disadvantage. Like, you know, Xbox compared to the PS2 was I mean, anything compared to the PS2 was a joke. Like, the PS2 was an absolute beast. So the fact that they came in, you know, and kind of put it to Sony in a way. I'm thinking if the PS3... Like, what ended up being the PS3's, like, flagship series? Like, you had Uncharted, Little Big Planet was big. No pun intended. What else was there? Like, there was Uncharted. God, that's a good point, actually. I'm trying to think, what was, like, the big exclusive on the PS3? Early on. I can't really think of much. And like, for me, Uncharted, like, you know, I'm only saying that as I know a lot of people like Uncharted. Like, personally, Uncharted's never been a big thing for me. From, like, 2005 to 2010, like, what did they have? And the first Uncharted, I remember, like, didn't exactly light the world on fire, did it? You know, people were... It wasn't until Uncharted 2 that people were thinking, yo, you know, this game is pretty good. And it also suffered from multi-platform as well, thinking about it. The PS3, that is. Like, multi-platform stuff. Like, unless PS3 was the lead platform in development, which was rare, the best version was, like, 99 times out of 100. It was the Xbox 360 version. They had the better store. Like, weird. So... Right. Is there another one? That is a fantastic noise, the hand cannon. I haven't got a single blue eye yet. And it's all I need. Hey, there we go. That's the only one I've got, though. Thinking of that, like, what did Nintendo do from here? Like, what's their next system? I'm kind of surprised the Switch has done so well, to be honest. I think it's mainly just, I gotta say, not to hate on the Switch, but I feel like if that had have come out 10 years ago, people would not have been as hot on it. Because aside from, what, like 3, like, actual Switch games, the biggest thing propping that up seems to be old games coming out on it. Which is cool, but if you... Like, I have no desire to play RE4 on a Switch. I have no desire to play Doom on the Switch, you know what I mean? What's up, Laser? Where do they go from here? Because there's no way in hell, like, PS5 and Xbox, whatever, like, those games are not gonna run on a Switch. Like, they're just not. Not in a way that is remotely representative of what, you know, those experiences actually are. So, you gotta wonder, like, what have Nintendo got up their sleeve? The Last of Us 2 feels like Vanquish after playing Death Stranding. Oh, that's, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever... Whoa! Okay, I did not expect them to hit me. I really don't know if I'll ever get back to Death Stranding. I really want to. I really want to finish that game. You know, I want to see what happens. I want to see what it's all about. But good Christ, that game is fucking boring. I remember I did fire it up not long ago. This was off stream. And I remember just looking at the map, and I didn't have a vehicle, and I looked at like where my objective was, and it was quite far away, and I just immediately just turned it off and just thought, no, I can't even be arsed to get there. I'm interested to try it out again, just because of how the game changes, with more people like contributing, so it could be worth checking out for that, but I don't know. We'll see. I finished Death Stranding thanks to lockdown. And it's also a shame because my first, like, 10 hours with that game, I genuinely loved. Like, I've never, my enjoyment level has never, like, decreased as rapidly as playing Death Stranding. Like, when you're getting used to, like, all the systems and kind of getting the lay of the land and the run up to the first boss and then the game opening up, and then it seems like it just kind of sets in that this game is nothing but just go here and deliver shit. You think, oh, okay. You know, that's unfortunate. Because that first boss definitely seems to kind of raise questions, you know, but I do want to get back to that eventually. I don't want to cop out and just watch a playthrough of it and just watch all the cutscenes. Because I do feel like that's not that representative. I feel like a lot of the people talking shit about The Last of Us 2 did that. And I mean, people even admitted as much, you know. Oh, I didn't play it, I just watched all the cutscenes on YouTube. And, like, that's not playing the game. Like, you know, that's not the same thing. Okay, that should have hit him. You play video games for entertainment, but I've been thinking about replicating some of the guns featured in that. What do you think about game prices going north? I don't really have much of an opinion on it, to be honest. At the end of the day, to sum it up really briefly, the person who decides how much you pay for a game is you. It's you. Like, straight up. You are the person who decides how much you pay for a game. So, you know, if you want to play a game day one, for example, Ghost of Tsushima's out in a week, I'm buying that day one. I am deciding to buy that day one. Insomniac aren't forcing me to do that. Not Insomniac. Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch aren't forcing me to do that. Sony's not forcing me to do that. That's my decision. Like, I am making the choice to buy it day one. It's the same principle, I guess, as when people complain about anything getting more expensive. You know, look how expensive phones are these days, and I think, well, like, they wouldn't be that price if people didn't pay it. So I saw, I think it was the latest Pacta Factor, actually. I haven't watched it yet. But the title of that is like $70 games. Like, are we ready? And I think, well, you know, no one's forcing you to pay that. You know, games go on sale now. Okay. He caught me mid-tangent. That's not fair. You know, games go on sale now super fast. Resident Evil 3 was 25% off, I want to say, within 6 weeks of coming out. Which is kind of insane when you think about it. Like, 6 weeks, and it's 25% off. Like, that's a pretty significant discount. So, that's not going to affect me because of how I buy games. Like, you know, I'm not someone who just has to buy everything day one. I don't buy a lot of games day one. Because in this era, like, there's no nice way to say it, I guess, but, like, most games aren't worth full price anymore. To me. They're just not. Personally, they're really not. If a game... For example, Resident Evil 3, I had a bad feeling about RE3 just right off the bat, to be honest. So I was thinking, nah, like, I'm not going to buy that day one. I'm actually going to wait. I just thought, can you, like, hand grenade these guys? Yeah, totally can. You know, I had a bad feeling about that just through the way they promoted it and the way it was announced. It didn't look like that game had the same level of TLC that the RE2 remake had. And even the RE2 remake, ooh, that felt like that should have killed me. Even the RE2 remake, for me, left quite a bit to be desired. That game was good, but I don't rate that as highly as, like, seemingly the internet did. You know, like, you know, I feel like RE2 is a tad bit overrated in my book. I'm not going to use those. The goal is to get an airsoft pistol by the name of P226. Yeah, good way to put it, Laser. Yeah, like, as I said, you know, like, I'm thinking about the games that are coming out right now, you know, over the next few months. And this is probably a year where I have and will end up buying more day one games than this entire generation put together. For example, Horizon on PC. I've pre-ordered that. Like, I want to play that. I have no problem, like, buying that a second time because it's an absolutely fantastic game. And I've said it before, like, you know, Sony were like, yeah, go make that open world game with giant robot dinosaurs. It's a completely new IP with a female lead character that no one's fucking heard of from the studio that have only done Killzone so far. If you want more risks like that to be taken, buy the game. It's the only way you can do it. So, although I say that, I highly doubt I'll be buying Call of Duty this year, day one. I don't think I'll bother with that. Me buying Call of Duty day one is very, very rare. Yeah, I'm not really sure about Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's a cool... I think it's a cool setting, like, but I haven't even got around to playing like the last couple of Assassin's Creed games. Yeah, I haven't played Origins. Or is it Origins and then Odyssey, I think? I think that's the order. I haven't played those yet. You know? So, you know. Valhalla's cool, and I like Viking shit as much as the next guy. But you know, day one, like I'm not gonna get that day one. No way. You know, think about it. I still have literally 2 Assassin's Creed games to catch up on, and potentially it's not 2. Potentially it's only 1. Origins and Odyssey, from what I've heard, are, you know, not drastically different games. So, you know, that even though there's 2 of them out, I might play Origins and think, yep, like that was cool. I enjoyed that. I don't really need to play that game again. So if Assassin's Creed Valhalla is just more of that, you know, I think, well, I've just played it, so I don't really need to play that again. I don't need to play that right now. But now I think game prices going up. As I said, it's like everything else when it goes up. People, you know, just don't buy it. If you know, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. Right, I just realised I forgot to go grab my free rocket launcher. So, yeah, they are. Call of Duty's never cheap. It just isn't. Oh shit. Alright. That was close. Stop. Ah, look at you being a fucking tough guy. I don't think so. I mean, even Call of Duty... I think I saw Black Ops 3 was on sale recently. And I think... I mean, Black Ops 3 is what? Like, the third... Like, the third oldest Call of Duty right now? No, not third oldest, sorry. Like, third release. Like, over the last few years. And it was still, like, 35 quid on sale. Like, you know, with, like, a 40% discount, you know, because... they always gouge people on the digital versions of Call of Duty. So, you know. Aha, that's what I wanted. Thank you. That said, though, I mean, you got to think that Modern Warfare, the Modern Warfare Battle Royale, that's free to play, isn't it? So that might affect Call of Duty going forward. And as far as I'm aware, they haven't actually announced what the next, like the next Call of Duty has not been revealed, unless I missed it. So, you know, Black Ops 2 is still 16. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Call of Duty though, I think, you know, there's no pretense with Call of Duty. You know, Call of Duty is a money machine. Like, those games exist to make money. That's their primary goal. Like, you know, I don't think anyone's got any illusions about Call of Duty anymore. You know, and if you have, like, you're insane. You know, they are Activision's money machine. It's just it's as simple as that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I got quite a bit of money now. Black Ops 2 is 8 years old. Yep. It's that's the way it is. And also, Call of Duty, multiplayer-wise, I guess they don't change that much between them. For example, like, I did download the Modern Warfare BR, and I tried it, and I thought, like, you know, this is cool, but if I wanted to go back and play this, I would just go back and play Blackout, because it's similar enough, and I don't have to learn an entire new map. I don't have to learn which are the good guns again, you know. That's why I didn't end up playing a lot of Modern Warfare. I really liked the Modern Warfare beta they did, but I played a fair bit of Black Ops 4, and I thought the only thing I'm going to have to do in Modern Warfare is learn the maps and just learn the guns. Like, the rest is kind of there. I just thought I forgot my rocket launcher. So, you know, not really that fussed. I don't know, Modern Warfare as well, especially the campaign, like, oh, I don't see them topping that anytime soon. I really don't. I really don't see them putting out a better campaign than that within the next few Call of Duty games.
What are you buying?
I can almost afford the infinite launcher on this playthrough. Like, almost. Oh, Splinter Cell, now there's a game to replay. By the way, when was Blacklist? I'm trying to think, when was Blacklist come out? What kind of a name is Soap? Soap is called Soap because he likes to keep his hands clean of any unlawful behaviour. Keep your fingers out of my soup. You should all know what movie that's from. Blacklist was 2013? I thought it was older than that. Jesus. Okay. I think Blacklist is a good example of, not to the same degree, don't get me wrong, but the, that game was just like a satisfying mechanical experience, but man, I think they really kind of fucked up the story in that and the characters in that game. It was so fucking, that was weird. It's like if there was a machine that like just, you know, you could feed it material and it would make games for you. I think like Blacklist is what happened if you fed the machine 100 copies of The Bourne Identity on DVD. You know? Like, just... It's just, I don't know, man. It was hard to take that, oh shit. It was hard to take that game seriously, you know? I can't actually... why does this bug out? You know what? Like, this, little bits like this are why... in some ways... I'm thinking of doing that no damage run on the 360. Yeah, it was pretty hard to take the story of that game seriously. But the stealth loop they have in that game was just really fun. It was really fun. So was Conviction, actually. And Conviction had that really weird, like, horde mode thing. Like, it felt so out of place in Splinter Cell, but man, that was fucking fun. Okay, you see my movement's just dying here. Like, I really wish there was an option to turn off, you know, if you could just say, look, I'm using the controller now, like, stop picking up, like, stop recognizing that there's a keyboard and mouse plugged in, like, because it is very annoying. It is, yeah, you have to remember to go down, like, go like, look, I literally can't aim right now. There we go. Fuck off. The real boss there was the controls. I just thought PS4's fastest selling game. That's a good point. That's a good point. Ah, what is... Stop! I'm using the controller. And, like... there isn't an invisible man pressing my keyboard, for fuck's sake. I've done that before. Yep. It's just annoying that that happens. Although, let's be real here. If there was a bet on if Resident Evil 4 is going to be released on the PS5 and Xbox X, I'd bet. I would not bet against that. This game was probably going to come out on those systems. Oh, you can just see it now. If I was Capcom, right, what I'd do is you release RE4. If they are going to do that RE4 remake, you release the RE4 remake, and then like a year later, you release the Resident Evil 4 remake and Resident Evil 4 Ultra HD remastered whatever, like whatever they call because this is the Ultimate HD edition. So, like, Ultimate HD Edition Remastered and the RE4 Remake bundle is 2 games. You heard it here first. That's what they're going to do. And it'll print money. Because people just buy Resident Evil 4. Idiots like me buy this game every time. Every time. The only purchase of this game I genuinely regret is the Xbox One version. Because that was like a real impulse buy. And I thought, man, it'd be cool to have like a current gen physical copy of that. Like it really was. It was on sale, so I didn't pay full price. But it's just such a shit version of this game. You know, it's a real shame that it is so bad. What's up, Mason? Right. I need a rocket launcher. Yes. That's all very much. Right, what time is it? Let's play some NG2. I feel like playing a bit of survival. I got a lot of rifle ammo. A lot. Alright, there we go. Let's switch gears here. Play some NG2. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it really does. I'm telling you, man. You play. That's something that I'm gonna make in the. Oh yeah, I'm back home now. I moved this weekend just gone. So back home, and you know it's funny. I guess I don't think I ever really showed my room like before. But like before I moved and before I like basically overhauled the entire thing. But yeah, it's different being back. It's a bit weird in some ways. All right, what did I plug this into? That said, I mentioned this when I moved to the new place, though. There's a lot to do. I really feel like there's a lot to be said for intentionally, like, disrupting your routine. Because right now, like the setup is so much better. I'm just gonna play some survival. It's so much neater. I've got rid of so much stuff. Like it was really like cleansing, you know, to just get rid of so much clutter and just, you know, stuff I wasn't using in that. And it's been so much nicer. Like I've got a dual monitor setup now. I didn't used to think I had the room for that, but I thought, wait a minute, well, let's move this around, you know. Hey, mic stand. This is the best mic stand ever, man. This is a very educational mic stand. It would help if I altered my input on the monitor that I'm looking at. There's an idea. This does really make me want to get a 1440p monitor, though. It really does. Because then I'd have 4K for like productivity, and then nice crisp 1440p for games. So, but yeah, that was really weird, because I went a while without playing Doom Eternal, and like Doom Eternal is like that is a fast game. And then I played a lot of NG2. Like I had a good like month on NG2. And then going back to Doom after playing NG2, like just moving around and moving the camera was like, oh my, like it felt so slow. Like it just felt so slow and unresponsive. It was crazy. Have you been kidnapped? Yes, I've been kidnapped by the old JTB. Funny you mentioned that though, Maze. My main monitor now on the PC is the 1080p one. That's because it's just easier when I stream games. The only thing I really use the 4K one for now is editing, because it's just you can get more in the timeline. It is nice to have that. I spelled survival wrong. I am the king of having typos in my stream title. I'm serious. No one is better than me at that. These are plugged into the wrong thing now. I was just about to say, why have I got no audio? There we go. Okay, now can I notice this on here? Can you guys notice this? NG2 on Master Ninja or Doom on Nightmare, which is more... Oh, NG2 by a fucking mile. NG2 by a mile. This game is absolutely savage. Like, it really is. It's one of those games that... I don't know, it seems like the Souls games seems to be, like, the games people pick up, like, to stream for fun. Like, yeah, I'll play this hard game, and I think, man, like, try NG2. Like, if you've never played it, like, try NG2 and beat it, like, just without looking up stuff. Like, finish Master Ninja, like, on your, like, entirely on your own, like, tactics and strategies. You know? Because this game is absolutely vicious. Like, I've been doing my I'm doing my walkthrough series right now, and even like playing that, like that's a different goal, really. You know, I'm not really playing like with style in mind. Like I am, it's very much aimed at, okay, like if you're brand new to the game, like, you know, I want you to be able to watch this and like really benefit from it. And it's just some of the things that I think of, like, you know, that I'm gonna talk about. It's like, yeah, like, you know, on chapter 1, like, you know, there are enemies that have moves that do like 90% of your health bar that are impossible to react to. You know, it's just, it's nuts. Like, this game is just fucking, it's so savage. Like, but I think that's what makes it so satisfying, honestly. You know? To use the Doom analogy, like, you know, with, you know, they say, like, you know, the only thing they fear is you. Like, you know, in NG2, like, that's kind of your end goal, I guess. Like, the end goal of NG2 is, like, you know, you need to end up the most broken thing in it. You know? That's how you know, like, you've arrived. Like, that's how you know you finally defeated the game, is like when, you know, you're the danger. You know, if there are enemies that still, you know, cause you concern, you're like, okay, right. You know, we're not there yet, like. You know, it's funny, since moving back, I may never hook up my Xbox to Xbox Live again, because since moving back here, I've got, what's it called? Like, I made this my home Xbox before I left, and it's working. Like, you know, I can use this offline, which never normally worked. And yeah, those load times are much faster. Not connected to the internet, and I think it was Unwary that mentioned that. So yeah, we'll see. Oh, you cheeky bitch. You know, it's like when like IS ninjas can spawn, and you're like, yeah, you guys are fucked. Like, you guys picked the wrong day. Ooh! Oh, I actually did not want that to kill him. Hoo-hoo! I had a feeling you were going to try that. We take those. Thank you. Only one health orb, you dicks. You dicks. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, why is that so choppy? I didn't just notice that. To be fair, Mason, it's funny. I was going to mention this in the run, but NG2 on Master Ninja, like chapters 1 and 2 are so brutal. Why is that so choppy? Why is that dropping so many frames? Oh no, that's alright, that's weird. Watching DSP play Doom and NGP was hilarious. I can't edit like on the okay. I mean, I don't know, Mason. Like, I can't help but notice the difference in load time. I mean, like, look how fast this loaded offline. It was fucking insane. Because this is actually installed to the hard drive, so it makes sense. Okay, so it was going to be a surprise. But when I moved back here, in the interest of, you know, cleaning up the setup and having like a much neater rig, I ponied up and I bought the HD60 capture rig, and it's been fucking awesome. Like, oh, it's so good. Like all apart from chapter 1, like on NG2, like all the NG2 walkthrough will be 60 FPS. I don't know if that's maybe fucked this up, because this is the first time I've used OBS with it. I don't see how that would make it less smooth, though. Let me just stop